Hello, pre-calculus. Welcome back to 7.1.2. This is the last video of our numbers 15 through 18. For 15, we've got a focus and a directrix. Our focus is at 2, -1/2. So roughly about here. And my directrix is at 5/2. That's 2.5. So roughly about here. Halfway between my focus and my directrix is going to be my vertex. So the distance between -1/2 and +2.5 is 3. So half of 3 would be 1.5. So if I go up half and one more, I'm right here. And this is my vertex. That guy is going to be 2, 1. Now what's my p-value? What's the distance between the vertex and the focal point and the vertex and the directrix? That was 1.5, and that's all I need in order to write our equation. Since we are going away from the directrix, the sky is opening down. So it's an x squared y, right? My vertex we said was 2, 1, so x minus 2, y minus 1. This value here is 4p. Well, 4 times 1.5 is going to be 6. And since we are going down, it's going to be -6. All right, number 16. Our focus is at -1/2, +1, 2, 3. So about here. My directrix is -15/2, which is -7.5. All right, so there's -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Halfway between those two guys is -7.5. What's halfway between the focus and the directrix? That's going to be our vertex. So first we've got to figure out what's the distance between the focus and the directrix. So between -1/2 and -7.5 is going to be 7 units. Half of 7 would be 3.5. So from -1/2, I'm going to add 1/2 to that, so that's -1, and then 3 more. 1, 2, 3, that puts me at -4, 3. If I'm right, if I go 3.5 more this direction, I should hit the directrix. So -4 minus 3 is -7, minus another half is -7.5. So that's good. That's our vertex. We know our p amount is the distance either between those two guys or these two guys, and we said that is 3.5. Right? This guy is opening to the right, away from the directrix, around the focal point. So I've got a y squared is equal to an x. Let's plug in that vertex of -4, so minus a minus 4 would be +4, y minus 3. My 4p then is going to be 4 times 3.5. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1/2 is 2. 12 plus 2 is going to be 14. Since we're going to the right, it's going to be positive. All right, number 7 and 18. I got these written incorrectly on your quiz. If you're not watching this in 2020, hopefully I've corrected it by now. I wrote lactus rectum. It's supposed to be latus rectum. All right, our endpoints of the latus rectum are at -13. So say over here, -13, 3, and then 7, 3 over here. What's halfway between the endpoints of the latus rectum? That's going to be my focal point, right? Halfway in between the points of the latus rectum is your focal point. Well, what's the distance from -13 to 7? So we've got 13 plus 7. That focal width is going to be, that 4p value is going to be 20. Well, half of that would be 10. So going from -13 plus 10, that's going to be at -3. -3 plus 10 will get me to 7. So my focal point is at -3, +3. It's telling me it opens up, so my vertex is going to be beneath that. And we've got to figure out how far beneath my focal point is my vertex. Well, 4p is 20, so p, if I divide that by 4, is going to be 5. So from my focal point, I'm going to go down 5. So down 3, down 2 more, and here's my vertex at -3, -2. All right, since we are opening up, we know it's an x squared. It's going to be some positive 4p. Well, we know 4p is 20 already, right? And then y something. For our vertex, it's minus a minus 3 and minus a minus 2. And there is our equation. All right, last one here. This one's a little nicer numbers. So -2, somewhere up here at 7, -2, 3. What's halfway between -2, 7, -2, 3? Well, that would be at -2, 5. That's our focal point. It's opening to the left. It's going to look like this somewhere. So my vertex is over here. How far over there is it? Well, the distance between 7 and 3 was 4, right? So that focal width is equal to 4, which means our p-value is equal to 1. So we're going to move 1 unit to the right of -2. What's 1 unit to the right of -2? -1. So our vertex is at -1, 5. So since we're opening to the left, it's going to be a y squared. We said our 4p was 4. Since opening to the left, that's going to be a -4. And now we're going to plug in our vertex, x minus a minus 1, y minus 5. All right, you'll definitely have one of these, like I said, on your quiz. It's just spelled wrongly, but I expect you to do it correctly. You guys have a great night. Study hard. Do all of your practice problems and be ready to do great on this quiz tomorrow.